Hi folks, welcome to another Martin's Movie Review from the Real Hollywood Video. Well, the Oscars are amongst us, and we have some great films to share with you today. All right, the first movie up to bat is Indiana Jones 5. It opens up with a great digital recreation of a young Harrison Ford. An ancient artifact, and Nazis, the bread and butter of any indie film. It's got high action, rich colors, great lighting, everything you could expect from a huge Hollywood production. It jumps to present day. Our hero has gotten older, and they don't sugarcoat it. He wakes up to noisy neighbors as a grumpy old man. As the movie progresses, we're reminded of the little things of why we like this character and this franchise. We have new young blood hunting for treasure and persuades Indy to help her on this adventure. Things quickly turn south, as indie films do. New troubles occur, and you're not sure who's double-crossing who. But once our hero grabs his famous hat and his whip, you know you're in for a big surprise. Got a nice surprise appearance from Antonio Banderas. There's fights on a train, there's a horseback chase, brawls in close quarters, car chases, fights on planes and choppers and boats, and he walks through ancient underground caverns. And of course, snakes. All things wrapped up tight like you would expect from an indie movie. My hero's back, and it was much better than the Crystal Skull. All right, our next movie up to bat is Elements. Now, I'm not one to choose a cartoon, but this animated film is a must-see. Computer-generated graphics have come a long way. It's full of vibrant colors to catch your eyeballs. Such great creativity with all the elements. You have air, water, fire, and earth all coexisting in this crazy little city. It's got some great adult jokes, just had me cracking up throughout. It's about an immigrant family made of fire who are trying to keep their shop open. The young daughter teams up with an unlikely partner to save the neighborhood and the family shop. Along the way, finding their own path through life amidst family pressure. With a little Romeo and Juliet feel, this film is a must-see for the whole family. All right, our next movie up to bat is Barbie. You know when the whole Barbenheimer was a thing at the theater? Well, I went to Oppenheimer. I had very to little no interest in seeing Barbie. But when it came out on disc, we brought it home. I plopped myself on the couch and watched this creative, wonderful, vibrant movie. The story was amazing, and Margot Robbie did an excellent job playing Barbie. And Ryan Gosling stole the show as Ken. He didn't hold back, he went all out. The movie doesn't take itself too seriously and jokes about itself. It was interesting to see how they melded the two worlds of toy world and real life. Not only did I think it was funny, but Jessie has now seen the movie multiple times and finds something else she likes every time she watches it. So take the plunge and see Barbie. And guys, it's okay to bring it to your Mojo Dojo Casa house. Speaking of Barbenheimer, here's another movie up as an Oscar nominee, Oppenheimer. This is a true life story that has been told on the silver screen before in Fat Man and Little Boy with Paul Newman, now story told by Christopher Nolan. With a great cast, and wow, what a huge production. The sets alone, a giant undertaking. It's a biopic on Oppenheimer, the man behind the creation of the atom bomb. Now, many other scientists were recruited from around the world to help with this destruction. In what was a race to achieve to deter Nazis, later dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. A lot of story and history to tell. It's about 3 hours long, and thank goodness it's on disc so you can pause it and go to the bathroom. Cool effects. It was really neat to see the mirroring idea of the atoms colliding. I liked this movie so much that I watched all the special features, and there's a lot of them. And I tell you, they're as important to watch as the rest of the movie. So, which was better, Barbie or Oppenheimer? I say Oppenheimer. Box office numbers show that Barbie just blew it out of the water. So, what do you think? Let us know. Next movie up, we have The Holdovers with Paul Giamatti. It takes place at a private school. It's winter break, but not all the kids have the option to go home. And a cynical, grumpy teacher is chosen to stay for the season. So nobody wants to be there, and of course they bump heads. Suddenly, the kids are rescued. One of the students has the option to take them all for a ski trip, except one of them can't go. And now he's stuck solo with this grumpy teacher for the rest of the season. There's some really good comical scenes, and it is very heartfelt. Now, Paul Giamatti is up for an Oscar for his role as the teacher, but does he deserve it? The character he plays has a lazy eye, and it fits into the story perfectly. But I can't help but feel whether that part was forced into the script or if he was typecast into it because he has a wild, crazy eye himself. So from the director of Sideways, another comical drama worth a watch. All right, as you know, there's two of us at The Real Hollywood Video, and I can't watch all the movies myself. So Jessie has given us her film review for Transformers: The Rise of the Beasts. She says it's a typical Transformers movie with high action, tons of CGI, and big robot fights. It's a lot of Hollywood popcorn where you can just sit back, turn off your brain, and be entertained. The human characters were okay, and Anthony Ramos, who plays Noah, did a good job. We first notice his great abilities in the awesome musical In the Heights, and he did a great job transitioning to this action-packed role. It was very reminiscent of the first Transformers with Shia LaBeouf. However, the girl Dominique Fishback, who plays Elena, totally missed the mark. Her lines were just not bearable. We truly thought they cast a terrible actress until we looked her up and saw some of her other trailers. She's not a bad actress. She just didn't do a very good job on this movie. So bad that it stood out through the entire film and it was hard to sit back and enjoy it. So see it for yourself. It's mindless eye candy with high action. Well, thank you very much for joining me for Martin's movie reviews of the Oscars, and we'll have more for you soon.